Roblox story season anything. The maximum video I'm doing now is 10 minutes, okay? So anyways, life is now great. The water is finally receding back to their land, but something is weird. As soon as they open it up, let out, and they feel the warm, hot breeze. It was so sunny. So they decided, but then they also decided to do some weird stuff because why not? They decided to they sent out exiles, or call themselves exiles, around in this area. They make sure they put it over here, and their job is to fight the remaining zombies. I see you just got one. They make sure that these soldiers are doing their job. I just see how they send out troopers, and they also create the first ever colony, the first ever country, which is the realm of Ru. As time comes out, they find some unusual area, like this area. People even start finding oasis. Very beautiful. As you see how soldiers, but later on, they did their job. So they're no longer used, and they're back to their normal job. Anyways, they decided to do the old thing. They decided to remake the mounts, the very odd bridges from season 5. The bridge over there, and bridge over here, and bridge over here. I just see how people are starting to figure out about these great lands and start to cross over. Yes, crossing over. Oh my god! As you see how after they cross over, they figure out. They believe. They start migrating. We got famous people, like Ubashu, who is willing to form a new era of civilization. Let's check the religion. I see how the Notch religion is. The Arch religion is going fine. Yeah. Arch religion. And the Notch religion too. Going very big. But for some reason they call it 0, which is kind of weird. Anyways, meanwhile that Notch religion has been growing pretty fast, creating different eras. But sometimes it gives some discriminations. Some people were mutated by the. I see how people are migrating, very migrating. Some people got radioactive on the way, creating orcs. They were heavily beaten up to death. I see how people are continuing to migrate around the world, pondering by the great oasis lake, and people also find ruins of trails that the scouts were once used. They were running like bears. Finally, allowed to do what to do stuff. They're and now they're and their food and but then there's also cobras in the area. But there's also stuff like cobras, crabs. There are turtles. There are turtles, but there's also crocodiles. There's some crocodiles, and piranhas around the area. Everywhere there you'll find hyenas. I see the hyena infestation there, and foxes around the area, and buffaloes and rhinos. But in oasis, there are animals such as bears, okay, froggies, and other animals that we know today. And meanwhile, when that happened, the first concentration camp was created. Yeah, and they put it in the worst area natural, the desert. They made up area a concentration camp because they don't like the mutated ones. They're scaring people, so they decided to take them away, and put them in these areas where they were left there to die. They start creating nations in this area. Yes, nations. Two nations. Anyways, during that day, they start finding the first rhino stampede was found. A buffalo stampede was found. There was a stampede over the world, and there's also meanwhile and monkeys are also visible, and then there's also the first ever rhino stampede. I said the rhino stampedes are very high, forcing people to fight them together. As they start to fight them, they managed to use it to eat food. I see how the migration creates some trade network. Let's see if then and as you see there's also new areas. There are new areas like our region. And our region and another one. Bond of people. Which I can't find. Bond of people there. Yeah. Yep, bond of people. And they are pretty chill. Anyways, that's it for today.